The flourishing SME segment in the country has never been more empowering in the new normal as we break through with resilience and grit to recover and adapt to digitalization through the entrepreneurial spirit. In a time when community sellers, home-based businesses, and aspiring local entrepreneurs are responding to the daily needs of Filipinos today, data connectivity has never been more significant for everyday living. Converge Business SME Services is at the forefront of this breakthrough. From the humble beginnings of Dennis Uy, Converge Business aims to serve the underserved, believing that we can grow our own small businesses, that we are all SMEs. Making Converge Business as your primary source can boost your advantage and growth. With its world-class fiber optic network, micro-entrepreneurs gain more advantage in the current digital arena with robust technology that can seize opportunities to go all digital. Entrepreneurs humbly begin with a vision to grow and expand through their passion and determination. In the competitive business landscape, small to medium enterprises need to adapt services and products to reach more Filipinos here and around the world. As a primary provider, Converge is a world-class ICT company with the most resilient and superior fiber optic service in the Philippines that continues to delight millions of its users in the consumer space, serving a growing number of business clients in the SME, enterprise, and wholesale segment. Converge Business is for SMEs, providing a partnership that offers subscription models that allow businesses more options and flexibility. It is your own gateway to the world, a partner to springboard your success. Leveraging on our strong network architecture, Converge Business can provide impactful broadband solutions to your business. With Converge Business SME Services, equip your business with the right tool to jumpstart your progress to the next level. We leverage on innovative technologies to bring you what matters: results. It is time to be in control. Converge Business SME Services. Results mean progress.
The Filipino entrepreneur is innovative. That's one. And they're very creative also. That's our things. And not just on that, they are really think out of the box. You are innovative guy. You deep thinkers. So when the pandemic hit us, this SME, if they have fast thinker, fast innovate, and fast transform, went to digital, there's a lot of opportunity. When you have the basic requirement to transform in the digital during this pandemic is the digital highway, which is lucky enough, this is my business. And we built this digital highway for the transform of these SMEs. I think this is sort of like a survival. Well, when you start in hardship, you grow up with a hardship. During my younger age, hindi ko nga natikman yung tipong you have this good opportunity to play with your classmates. Whatever spare of time I have, I want to maximize my time. When I start really small. This is really SME type. My technical, I have employee number one still with me. I'm the one driving and climbing the pole to lay down these wires. I seen the technology roadmap. Start with dial-up days. I'm in the computer. And innovation of cable internet. Innovation with fiber. So now in the cloud. So you can see the whole landscape. Without this fiber technology, this new digital highway we built, you cannot not have quality of connection. digital broadband, digital communication nowadays is very essential. And if you notice, even you're rich or you're poor, no, they need a stable, high-speed, and quality connection. Right ng tao na meron access ng high quality of broadband. When there's a crisis, there's always have opportunity. So, the pandemic hit us. This is a crisis the whole world. No? So that's why important you are really ready for your infrastructure. We found our service become a lifeline of the individual because of you need to have a quality and stable connection. And good thing, during this pandemic, we put more resources. This should be a right to aid individual usage, no? Regardless of what business you have, big or small. But if you ask me to advise SME how they can be successful in the business, number one, you need to have a passion in your business. Number two, you need to have a deep knowledgeable on your line of business. Don't come to the business you don't understand. They just tell you, oh, this kind of business is a follow. There is no such thing successful. You just follow someone. We link the whole country, and this underserved and unserved area, we make sure by 2023 or 2024, we will reach them. We give them a digital highway. The digital highway, we uplift them to connect to the whole, not just on the Philippines, the whole world. This is the digital highway. Virtually, you can see, you can bring your business in virtual world. So that's the key role of the Converge now.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to Converge Let's Talk flexiBIZness. I'm Addie, and I will be your host for today's very special event. Now, before we start with our program, I'd like to remind everyone present in the Zoom to please rename yourselves in Zoom to your registered full name so we can identify you. Please be reminded as well to mute your microphone to avoid unnecessary noise during the program. Now, if any assistance is needed, you may chat with any of our co-hosts in the Zoom or simply type your questions in the chat box. Now, if you're all settled, then let's begin. Magandang hapon ulit sa inyong lahat. Sana ay nakakain na kayo ng lunch ninyo. And I see that we have a lot of guests here with us today. And of course, we want to know, taga saan kaya ang ating mga guests ngayon? Alright, so alamin natin yan. Mag-attendance check muna tayo. So type in the chat box kung taga saan ka at kung saan kilala o sikat ang lugar ninyo. Okay, so just an example, me, I am actually from Dumaguete City. Ayan, diba? Dumaguete is known for the beautiful beaches. May sandbar kami, Sans Rival, Silvanas, dolphins. Grabe, ang dami, diba? So we are known for so many different things. So let us know in the comment section, saan po kayo galing and what is popular or what are you known for? Ayan. Okay, so let's see. Wow, ang dami nang naglalagay ng mga sagot. Okay, so we have Blair Sabado from Cavite. Hello, Blair. So we have Billy Bello from Caloocan City. Hello, hi everyone. So saan kilala o sikat ang lugar ninyo? Yan, we want to know. There you go. So we have Mildred Almazan. Okay, and we also have Akili Orel from Teresa Rizal. Oh, we have Janeca from Pasig City. We have Sweet Pineapple Capital, Ormoc City. Wow, parang ang sarap pumunta dyan, ha? So thank you very much for all of your wonderful answers. Now, if you have noticed, every one of us has their own different answer as to what is popular in our own community. Now, for some, it's food, some it's places, some it's activities, but what is common among all these is that it is not fixed. So there will always be something new that emerges, new trends that develop as time marches on, as they say. Now, businesses today must now learn to adapt to these changes and know how to stay one step ahead of the trends and the competition. Now, with the proper knowledge and skills, one can easily learn the trends and analyze the competition. But to emerge on top requires something more. It requires the mindset of a champion and a challenger, one who is ready to succeed, to fail, and to bounce back. That is why today we are going to know more about the strategies for success, budget, and forecasting in today's topic. So we also have a very special promo for today where those who apply during today's event will get free installation service. O, diba? What a deal! So interested applicants must fill out the application form and submit requirements within 7 days to avail of the free installation promo. So you guys must be part of the registration database to qualify. Now, for viewers who are interested to apply for Converge Internet, we will also be discussing more details later sa ating breakout session. So please express your intent to apply and ask your queries to our Converge representatives in our breakout session later on. And of course, we are also going to have a raffle draw where we will be giving away lots and lots of prizes. So we will be giving away 1,000 worth of Lazada vouchers to one lucky winner. Isn't that exciting? And on top of that, we will be giving away a major prize of 3,000 worth of Lazada vouchers to one lucky winner. Kaya abangan nyo yan mamaya. We also have a feedback form that we encourage everyone to answer in the latter part of the program. So those who fill out this form will get a chance to win 1,000 worth of Lazada vouchers. So don't forget that substance is key. So only the feedback with substance will be qualified for this giveaway. So don't forget to put some thought into the form when you submit it at the end of the program. And also we are on Facebook. So don't forget to like and follow our Facebook page. That's Converge for SME for more business tips and updates. And now, to officially welcome all of you, let us give a virtual round of applause to the National Sales Director for SME, Sir Eldridge Blue Aldridge.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Very, very pleasant rainy afternoon for you, depending on where you are. My name is Blue Aldridge. I'm here wholeheartedly saying thank you for attending our afternoon session of Let's Talk FlexiBiz. And I say this with delight because when we started this program, we only had 17 attendees way back a year and a half ago. But right now, I see there are 124 participants. And marami na pong nangyari mula nung panahon na yon. Marami ng pagsisikap, marami ng mga produktong nalabas. What yung namamayagpag is the commitment of Converge to give you true fiber internet. So for this afternoon session, I just like to say hello and good afternoon to Miraflor Andoy of Sea Pearl Villas in Bohol, Daynan Densay of Sophie Incorporated in Cebu, Mark Anthony Carictan of the University of Mindanao Incorporated in Iloilo, Tristan Castellano from Taxi Philippines Iloilo, Anthony Cruza, Senator Gerardo Rojas Memorial Hospital in Capiz. Pupunta po ako dyan sa Capiz next week, baka makadalaw ako sa inyo. Jetor Castro from Capiz Provincial Mobile Force Company, Mylene Laurente from Domingos Spring Resort in Leyte. Good afternoon, ma'am. And Gilbert Uy from the Philippine Coast Guard from Ormoc. Magandang hapon po sa inyo, sir. Mary Rose Lozada from Redcaps Inc., Negros. And Eric Goles from Bayi City National Science High School. And we have also William Damasco, IT Head of P&D Medivet Distributions Incorporated. Geoffrey Galang, owner of 7G5 Enterprise. Good afternoon, Sir Geoffrey. Three World Square Admin Office, Engineer Neptali. Sunmix Corporation, Julius Ambao, IT Head. And Captain Victor Topacio, Barangay Salawag, Dasmariñas, Cavite. So magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Medyo pangit yung connection ko ngayon. May konting problema. So pagpasensya niyo po yung camera ko. But without further ado, I'd just like to share something shortly this afternoon. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. So I've been selling technology for the past 25 years. I'm happily married with 3 children, and I'm a Christian. But I am most grateful for the opportunity given to me to share with you the good news about fiber internet in the Philippines. So a couple of years ago, an audit was given. Nasaan ba ang fiber state ng Pilipinas? And sadly, um, we are here in we are here at medyo nasa huli tayo eh. Number one si South Korea, Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan. And the Philippines was audited to be at the bottom rank of the internet infrastructure readiness at only 5.5 Mbps. But since then, Converge ICT came in and turned the market around. Since then, that speed has doubled, upward trend. We're seeing an increase in the total infrastructure of the Philippine internet. Tuloy-tuloy po yung pag-akyat. And of course, this is not updated data, but in the latest audit, we are at 50 Mbps from 5.5. Okay, and then ganun na yugyog ng Converge ICT ang merkado sa Pilipinas. We came into fiber power the Filipino nation, make sure that we have world-class internet. So panahon na ngayon, may totoong internet na po ang Pilipinas dala ng Converge ICT. And we take a look at the infrastructure should be solid, the product should be affordable and reliable. We have utmost customer experience, and we do serve our communities. In this case, this educational session for this afternoon is meant to equip business owners and institutional leaders with the latest trends in technology and how to better manage your companies. And sa madaling salita, medyo marami nang nagawa ang Converge. Ang pinaka-importante dito is that we have 500,000 kilometers of total fiber assets. Ganun po karami ang ating kable, north to south, wala pong tinipid doon. Totoong fiber yan, north to south. And kami po ang may-ari ng mga gateway, mga linya papalabas ng Pilipinas. We have 5 international gateways, and we have upcoming 2 direct to the US. Napaka-powerful na po. Kasi ang ibig lang sabihin nito is pag kami naputol na kable doon, tuloy-tuloy po yung internet sa Pilipinas. And we have been recognized for that. We've been given the top-rated fixed network in the Philippines for 2022. And if you ask Netflix, which is the best internet provider in the Philippines, they will tell you, based on the data, the best user experience is definitely with Converge, with our true fiber internet technology. So, we're a very humble company. Tahimik lang kami, but we've been in operation for 29 years. And I hope you do have Converge in our homes because we are trusted by close to 1.8 million consumer customers and households. We have 55,000 businesses catering to government, catering to wholesale, the public sector, education, SME, and an array of multiple industries. So talagang ang gusto talaga lang namin is kahit anong liblib na barangay, mabigyan ng totoong fiber internet. And tuloy-tuloy pa po ang aming expansion. We are now expanding to Kadipawan, we are expanding to Palawan, parating na po ang Zamboanga. Tuloy-tuloy po yung pagmapa namin sa buong Pilipinas. And yan po mula Benguet, Zambales, Laguna, Capiz, Cotabato. Tuloy-tuloy po, totoo pong nationwide na ang Converge ICT. So, we are trusted by the BPOs, the banks, the universities, the retailers, and even other telcos who resell our bandwidth to their clients. Marami na po kaming nagawa sa Converge. And alam mo po, maging malaki kayong negosyo, maging maliit, maging kitchen-based na negosyo sa bahay, we have the proper plan and price point for you depending on your needs. We work very hard to offer you the best product which is meant for your business. Okay? So, alam mo kasi right now, there's so many technologies out there, so many companies spending billions of dollars literally to make sure that you are equipped to run your business well. And then, napakaraming resources, there are those tutorials to teach you about ordering systems, about how to put your business online. But ang totoo po kasi nito, kung wala ang tamang internet, nagtutulungan kayo para umusbong ang inyong mga negosyo, mahihirapan din ang your companies and your schools. All right? So I'll be wrapping up my call right now, and just to tell you that our advocacy is to fiber power the Philippine nation, serve communities, and to just overall make sure that businesses are equipped with the right internet connection to go about their operational needs. I thought napakarami na po namin na-installan. Nandun yung mga retail shops, online stores, groceries, hardware, food establishments, manufacturing. So at this point, I'd like to just say good afternoon to you all. We have a lot in store for you. Remember, we have the most powerful enabler. And remember po, may promo po tayo today na if you subscribe right now, you're going to be waived 5,000 pesos. Sayang po yun. Meron tayong raffle, may pag-games tayo. Mamaya po, may breakout sessions. Kung may mga tanong kayo tungkol sa produkto, their salespeople will walk you through. We have a very good speaker for you this afternoon. Very, very equipped. So it's about budget and forecasting. So lahat tayo familiar tayo dito sa budget and forecasting. So yun lang po, taos-puso po akong nagpapasalamat sa inyo to spend your afternoon with us. Napaka-busy na po. And again, looking forward to serve you. That's where we delight. So good afternoon sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Blue Aldridge, and turning you over to our very capable and beautiful host, Ma'am Adi. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Blue, for that very kind and insightful introduction. So now that we have heard from our National Sales Director, we have something to show you to officially introduce how Converge Business can help our SMEs. Everyone, let's watch this.
Introducing Converge flexiBIZ. Be in control with your daily connection needs for maximum productivity. With its time-of-day technology, you can boost your connectivity when you need it the most. Customize your connection's performance to fit your business needs. Have it at an all-time peak, or adjust speeds during hours of the day, whatever your business needs to support. Enjoy value for your money with a budget-friendly, reliable, and flexible package made for you. No data cap. Stream on pure fiber connection that you deserve.
This is perfect to manage our costs, especially business is picking up.
Another thing that this pandemic has become an advantage on our end is it accelerated the need for this technology.
This is the kind of customized service that could turn trying times into thriving ones.
It is a worthy investment because it is made for us, for you.
Converge flexiBIZ. It's time to take control. Contact us to know more.
Now it's time to learn more on strategies for success, budget, and forecasting. And to provide us with the knowledge and power to succeed, let us welcome our special guest, Senior Assistant Vice President for Finance and Accounting Operations of Personov Manila, Mr. Elmer Sarmiento.
Thank you for that introduction, Adi, and welcome everyone. Good afternoon, and I'll try to make this 15-minute presentation to cover as much as possible, cover as much ground as we could, to introduce the concept of forecasting and budgeting as part of your key strategies in running in any business. So I'll be sharing my screen. Kindly let me know if it's visible. Thumbs up if you can see it. All right. So again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving me this time to share ideas and strategies as well that you can adapt in your, whether in for personal finance or for your own personal entrepreneurship. So budget and forecasting as a strategy for success. So The first element in starting a business, if you fail to plan, you're actually setting up yourself to failure. So what is critical in any business is the ability for us to plan ahead, for us to have a roadmap, how to get to a certain point on what we want to achieve. Obviously, we're all looking for profits, sustainable profits. But how do we do that? So at the back of everything is we have a core plan that will guide us in achieving all of these objectives. And the very basic plan that you need to come up with is about your finances. Based on survey, one of the key failure point for most new entrepreneurs is the inability to come up with this plan, to be guided properly, whether all of the activities that we do were already predicted, that we already considered cost factors. We already considered how much do we make in a particular product or services. You have to build all of this. So you have like a roadmap, and I'll show you a sample a bit later on. Of course, the foundation of it is a mindset. Everything begins with a mindset. That mindset is, do we really plan to win? No, it's different from planning to fail. Essentially, we don't have a plan planning to fail. But here is we're about planning to win. We need to come up with a list of what we want to achieve. And each of those activities has a corresponding revenue and cost element. So you're already doing the math even before you execute your business plan. You need to know before getting the business, what is the likelihood or the feasibility that this particular product or service that I'm going to offer will lead me to a sustainable profit. So let's begin with budgeting. I think for most of us here has already an idea what is budgeting all about. But let's try to dig deeper in that one. So basically, budget is you have this entire list of a plan that covers your annual operations. So it begins, for example, on the screen. This is an example of a personal budget. Let's start with a personal budget first. You begin with a salary. Your salary, your business income, maybe you have some other endeavors. You do online selling, you might do some consulting, some you might doing some teaching. So you first come up, how much is your revenue? Your revenue is essentially your income month on month. And then once you have that total revenue or total source of income month on month basis, you need to list down, what are my expenses? Because you cannot come up and say, oh, I will spend this amount of money for travel, for example, to Singapore, to Hong Kong. But you miss to consider, teka, I still have other things to spend on. So you need to list that down first. So what are the normal? Mortgage, amortization of property, syempre, grocery, or rental if you're renting an apartment or home, cost of electricity. All of these numbers just hypothetical. Don't mind the absurdly low amount. Cable and internet, transportation, your gas, your monthly regular maintenance, toll. You have a bit of amount for leisure activities. Kailangan din naman natin yan. You want also to be someone who not going to be burning out in work. So you have outdoor activities, you have movies, and you also need to put aside something for your own health insurance, life insurance, and that. So you have something like what we would call the savings. Okay, as a business person, if we want to spend something extra beyond the usual, you begin with the savings. You don't begin with your top line. The top line is essentially your revenue, your total income. Magkakamali ka pag ginawa mo, you will tend to overspend. You always begin, ano ba yung surplus ko? If there's enough surplus, then yes, I can probably allocate more to something special. So, you want to bring your kids to Boracay, to Palawan, you begin with the savings. Because if you don't have savings, kung deficit ka pa, it shows na mas malaki pa pala expenses mo compared to your revenue, then you have a fundamental problem. Huwag ka muna gumastos ng beyond that. And maybe what you need to do is recalibrate. Do I need any of these items on my expenses? Maybe meron akong pwedeng i-eliminate dyan. Or maybe dun sa income ko, there may be variable income. Let's say may mga online selling ako, meron ako mga ibang racket na hindi ko na ma-maximize. Dalawa lang yan. Either palakihin mo ang kita mo o palitin mo ang gastos mo. Kung hindi mo kaya palakihin ang kita mo because you're relying on a fixed income from a salary, then palitin mo ang gastos mo. Or you find a better job. There are options. And this budget will give you that option to strategize. Okay? Yeah. So, steps on budgeting first. Ano yung goals mo? What do you want to achieve? Gusto mo magkaroon ng X number of income by this year? Gusto mo ma-dominate ang market mo? Gusto mo kalabanin lahat ng mga competitors mo in your particular industry? Ano ang goal mo? You have to put that in writing para meron ka na visualize na year by year, ito ang growth ko. I'm growing by 10% every year. I'm growing by 50% every year. By this year, ako ang preferred vendor of choice. No? Then, next you gather data. Nag-ooperate na ako for 5 years. Magkano ba kinikita ko? Bakit? You need to establish seasonality. You need to establish causality. Ano yung nagdadrive ng business mo? Pag ang business mo kumikita during the Christmas season, then you factor that in. Anong meron sa Christmas season? Bonus, incentives. So, mas maraming spending money yung mga tao. You need to bake that in dun sa data mo. And then, gagawa ka ng budget. Yung what I presented to you earlier. Ano pa? Mag-review ka. Check mo, all of this data ba nakukuha ko, are they reliable? For example, what threw people up during the last 2 years, the pandemic? People thought in 2019 that the following year, whatever they predicted will happen, the same thing it did. No. You will always need to consider what if something happens. Especially in this age we call VUCA, vulnerability, uncertainty, and so on. Those are, kailangan mo siyang i-factor. Kung nangyari yun in 2019, you made a budget, and 2020, everything was thrown out. Kasi lockdown, then you need to revisit your budget. Realistic pa ba? Huwag mong pilitin kung hindi na realistic. Then, kung you're part of a company, you get approval. If you're part owner, may mga partners ka, you get consensus na ito yung plano natin. Ito ang gusto kong i-budget natin. At from this, may budget tayo. Saka tayo gagawa ng plano ngayon. Ano yung quota ng mga tao mo to sell? Ano yung dapat maging limit ng gastos? Kasi ito na yung plano mo eh. Dapat ito na yung ito na yung susundan mong playbook. No. And then pag meron ka ng consensus, you need to implement that and you need to monitor. And you need to evaluate. By doing that, you're evaluating the performance of your business. Kasi ito ang missing element for most entrepreneurs. Some of them do not have the ability to timely monitor. What we don't want is going into it blindly. Dapat, as much as possible, you have visibility. Ay, teka, kumikita pa ba ako as a business? Teka, na-hit ko ba yung target ko? Or, teka, am I doing so well na kailangan ko na palang taasan yung target ko for sales? Those are the things you need to consider. Of course, the benefit of having this budget without digging any further, may control ka. You cannot control what you do not know. Kung wala kang budget, how do you control? It's all about data. Because budgeting is a data-driven exercise. Budget allows you to have a goal. Budget allows you to plan and to decide. And of course, financial awareness. And better of it, you have the ability to communicate with the people in your organization. This is our plan. Tell us if this makes sense or not. Kung it doesn't make sense, then collaborate with people to make it better. The challenges of budgeting, ito. Uncertainty, like I said. Biglang na-thrown up ang lahat ng budget mo because of the pandemic. Na-thrown up din ang sales forecast mo because of the global inflation. So, these things happen. And it's alright. Kung nangyari yun, then you will have to just reforecast again. We'll be going into that topic a bit later. Siyempre, changing priorities. When we say changing priorities, again, kung halimbawa ang goal mo before is to maximize revenue, hindi na pwede. Kasi yung market mo is already very competitive. For time, baka kailangan mong gawin muna is mag-minimize ng cost. So it can either go away. Maximize revenue or minimize cost. And then the lack of data. The lack of data meaning there are so many uncertainties na you might want to know what drives a particular market segment. For example, you're targeting millennials, you're targeting Gen Zs. And if you don't have a data, sometimes you have to go down to the ground level to do surveys. Swerte mo kung meron kayong market data na you can actually na-publish and you can actually keep that. Difficulty in forecasting, and we'll go into that later on. Communication coordination. A small organization, madali ang communication. Something as complex as large multinationals, that can be very, very challenging. And you need to get the buy-in sa mga tao who are also involved in the budget. And of course, flexibility issue. Kasi may budget ka, you have to stick to that. What's the point if you don't gonna stick to it? So meron tayong konting flexibility concern. We can be flexible if again, there's a natural reason for us to do so. Kasi hindi na nga relevant yung forecast mo. Tinamaan na tayo ng pandemic, so yung benta mo hindi na ubra. Parang ganon. But so far, there are certain ways to be flexible in budgeting. Hindi nga lang dapat too flexible. Otherwise, there's no teeth in your plan. Kasi again, the budget should be your standard for a certain year. So, what's the need here? Organization has to be both proactive, flexible, and willing to adjust. Nangyayari yun, like I said earlier, for certain reasons. Now we go to forecasting. Forecasting ang pinaka-key element ng budgeting. Walang forecast, walang budget. The forecasting ang pinaka-hard. Forecasting is about making predictions. So, halimbawa, let's say in forecast, for the past 5 years, I've been selling 50,000 pesos at the month of December and November because of the Christmas season. Example yon. So you now can create a forecast na kung hindi naman malalaki ang customer size ko, it's very likely that this will be my revenue for this period. For example naman na, okay, so I noticed na yung aking revenue, for example, I'm a school. For example, school ako. For this particular year, the past few years, lumalaki ang ang income ko by this amount for every number of new enrollees. So meron kang historical data based on number of enrollees and based on the additional revenue. So it has to be about predictions. But predictions are also based on historical data. Ano yung past experience mo? Kasi kung wala naman nagbago sa business mo at sa market mo, there's a very good chance na yung historical pattern will prevail. And we need to be sensitive on that one. Siyempre, it involves past trends, as mentioned, and patterns in data. So, it does not follow na laging historical siya. Historical will be the starting point. Pero, if there's gonna be trigger, for example, you start offering new product, you started bundling products, nagbaba ka ng presyo, so there's a possibility that your market will grow. Okay? Steps in forecasting. Let's do it so we can have time more for the question and answer. Again, the purpose, you choose a method. The method, there are several. The most accurate method, if you're a small business, you do basically an actual forecasting, meaning you talk to your salespeople. Who are the business they're talking to right now? And what are the probability na ma-close yung deal? Yun ang pinaka-accurate kung small ka. If you're so complex, then you will need mathematical prediction method like regression analysis, Monte Carlo simulation, which is a very time-consuming topic to consider. But I'm just throwing out there that there are means to predict if we're handling large number of data. Pero kung simple business siya, service-oriented, you do basically like an actual forecast. Meaning, ano yung sales pipeline ng mga sales ng tao mo and determine from there kung kaya ba ito i-close or not. That would be very accurate since simple lang naman siya. You validate. You challenge yung commitment ng mga partners mo sa business. Of course, you have to monitor the actual performance. And then, you always collect data. Kung nagbabago yung data, you need to collect more and more data. And lastly, you develop the forecast that you have now. And once you have that, you communicate. How? Through the budget. Challenges sa forecasting is similar to budget. Yung data quality. Unfortunately, we're not that, as a market, the Philippines, hindi pa tayo ganun ka-publish yung mga market studies natin compared to our counterparts in ASEAN. Limited data and the assumptions, uncertainty, and of course, inherently, for any market naman globally, bias, data bias. So together, yung forecasting and budgeting will provide you the framework to succeed. So business owns that mandate to have an effective forecast and budgeting process. Without it, if you cannot plan well, you cannot execute well. All right? So I hope that presentation works. And then I guess if there are any questions, we might want to start on it.
Thank you very much, Elmer, for that very informative talk. So I'd like to encourage everyone to raise questions later para dun sa mga gustong mag-put up ang business or currently may business na rin ngayon sa ating Q&A segment mamaya. You know, I really loved how our speaker really delved into all the different steps that you need. And I feel like budgeting is really one of the most important things you need to do. And I like that he talked a lot about balance as well. You need to balance what's coming in, what's coming out. So really, really great business advice as well. So now that we have heard from Elmer, it is now time for us to stretch our backs and relax with a game. So the ones who were actually early a while ago, nalaro niya na yung game na to. So parang practice session lang yung game natin kanina while everyone was waiting. So this game is called Kahoot. All right, so here are the mechanics. Go to the website kahoot.it on your device. And then you'll enter the unique game pin shown on our screen to join the game. So the unique pin will also be sent through our chat box. So it's actually already there on the chat box and the link as well. So you can click the link and add the game pin so you can join. So all you have to do is to create a username using your complete name. Okay, so first name and last name. So once all players have joined, the game will begin with a countdown. So answer the questions on your device within the given time limit. So you are given 30 seconds to answer each question. So points will be awarded for correct answers, and the player with the highest score at the end of the game wins. So during the game, you can actually see your rank and score on the leaderboard displayed on the screen. So here's a little hint. Some words are related to Converge or are relevant to the topics of today's event. And don't forget that the faster you answer correctly, the higher points that you get. And for our prizes, we will have 3 winners who will receive 500 pesos worth of Lazada vouchers each. All right. So has everybody joined? All you have to do is to go to kahoot.it, enter the unique pin that we shared in our chat box. All right. So let's give everyone some time to join. Actually, if you look at the most recent question down here, ayan, yung most recent chat box po dito sa ating chat box, yan, that is kahoot.it, direct link, and then we also have the game pin. All right. Okay, and also here we are showing you, ayan, meron ng sumali. Don't forget to please use your first name and last name as your username because kung nanalo kayo, para madali lang kayo hanapin, di ba? Okay, so once again, don't forget to join. Click that link in the chat box, kahoot.it, and don't forget to enter the game pin that is also in the chat box. That's 5893325, and we're also flashing it there on screen. All right, so there you go. We see that a lot of people are joining. Yung mga naka first name lang dyan, pwede lagay nyo rin yung last name nyo para mamaya pag nanalo kayo, or if ever nanalo kayo, we know exactly who you are because of your first and last name. Okay, all right, so let's see. We have Ava, Bianca. Okay, so let's flash the mechanics once again so that everyone understands how to play the game. Okay, and you know what? Madali lang talaga yung Kahoot. All you have to do is to read the question and then pick the correct answer. Multiple choice po siya. You have 4 possible answers that you can choose from. So all you have to do is to pick the correct answer. You actually have 30 seconds to answer. And remember, dahil Kahoot to, kung the faster you answer, the higher your points. O, diba? So kung alam na yung sagot and sure na kayo, click nyo na kaagad because the faster you answer, the higher your points. Okay, so let's see. Here are the mechanics once again, if you would like to go through it. And we'd like to invite everyone to join. So all you have to do is to click that link in our chat box, kahoot.it, and enter our game pin. The game pin is 5893325. All right. So once again, don't forget to click that link, enter the game pin, and to use your first and last name. Ayan, whole name po tayo. Parang school, diba? So don't forget to add your first and last name para kung nanalo kayo, alam na alam natin kung sino kayo. Okay? All right. And I hope ang daming nakinig kanina because yung mga questions namin, this is actually, it has a lot to do with what the speaker said as well. Okay, wow. I'm seeing 34. Wow, okay. 34 people have joined so far. So let's wait for more to join. Of course, gusto namin lahat kayo may chance manalo sa ating game, diba? Ayan. So to Sophia, Alaludin, Karin, Christine, lagay nyo naman whole name nyo. Para if nanalo kayo, we know your first and last name and we know how to give you your prizes, okay? All right, so let's see. Everyone, we really encourage everyone to join. Okay. Ayan. Dami palang sumali. Wow. Okay, don't worry, you're gonna have so much fun in this game. We actually played it a while ago. Sobrang fun niya. And of course, kailangan nakikinig ka talaga, diba? So that you will know the answers. Okay. And once again, yung mga nickname lang na nandito, please don't forget to put your last name as well. Okay? Okay, so let's show the mechanics one more time. Okay, so you have to go to the website kahoot.it on your device and then enter the unique game pin. So we showed the game pin earlier and we also put it in our chat box. So create your username using your complete name. So complete name is first name and last name. And once everyone has joined, we will start the countdown. And don't forget to answer the questions on your device within the given time limit. You are actually given 30 seconds to answer. That's actually a lot of time. I'm sure you won't be stressed with lack of time with answering. Points are awarded for the correct answers, and the player with the highest score at the end of the game wins. Actually, the top 3 scorers get to win our prizes for today. And during the game, you can actually see your rank and your score on a leaderboard right after each question. Ayan, para alam na alam nyo kung ano ba standing nyo and if kailangan galingan nyo sa next question. Okay. All right, so let's see. Okay, so now let us start the game. I'm sure you're all very, very excited. Are you excited? Yes, let me know in the chat box that you are excited. You're ready for the game. Yes, I'm so excited to see actually who's going to win this game. So we have a total of 6 questions for today. So you have 6 chances to up your score and to really get your name on that leaderboard. So remember that the top 3, yung top 3 scorers po yung mananalo ng ating Lazada vouchers. All right? Okay, ready na ba kayo? Okay, let's start. So we'll have a countdown, okay? Everyone get ready. You only have 30 seconds to answer each question, so let's go. Yeah, so this Kahoot game is brought to you by Converge. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! First question is, what does SME mean in business? Is it small and medium enterprises, subject matter expert, School of Military Engineering, surface mining equipment? All right, so just pick the color that is the most, pick the answer that you think is the most correct, and remember to answer fast, because the faster you answer, the higher your score. All right? Oh, wow, so many people. 3, 2, 1, and time is up. So let us see. The correct answer is small and medium enterprises. So everybody got it correctly. Okay, so let's see who's on our leaderboard. So we have Sunshine Tan, Alpha Joy Rupak, William Damasco, Stephen Kala, and Blair Sabado. Wow, okay. Okay, let's go to our next question. So let's see, question number 2 is, what is not the benefit of having a budget? Is it planning and decision making, control over spending, goal setting, to buy whatever I want? Okay, so let's see. I actually don't know what the answer is, so I can't really help you guys out with this, but just give a guess, your best guess, and then answer correctly. Answer really, really fast. Okay, so we have a lot of answers coming in. 3, 2, 1, and time is up. Okay. All right, so now let us see what the answer is. And the answer is actually to buy whatever I want. Okay, so this does not help with your budget. So let's see who is on our leaderboard. Okay, it changed. The ranking changed. So we have Patrick, John, Blair, and William in the top 3. Okay, so let's see what our next question is. Remember that the top 3 will be the ones to actually win our Lazada vouchers for today. So let's see, question number 3. Remember to answer really, really fast. Okay, what is the second step in budgeting? Is it develop a budget plan, implement and monitor, get approval, gather historical data? So what would be the second step in budgeting? Okay, so let's see. All right, let's see. We have a few more seconds left. I wonder what the answer is. Okay, let's see. And the answer is gather historical data. Okay, so let's see. A few of you answered this. Let's see if the leaderboard has changed. So let's see who our top three are. Oh, it changed. Oh, wow. So we have Michelle, Balawang, and Anna. Okay. Wow. Okay, let's see. Our next question. Let's see if this is also going to rearrange. You know, all of you still have a chance. Don't worry. As you guys saw, everything really changed really fast. Okay, so it is the process of making predictions about future events or trends based on statistical models and other info. Is it thinking, guessing, planning, or forecasting? So let's see, what do you think is the answer? Is it red, blue, yellow, or green? Okay, so let's see. I actually don't know the answer to any of these questions. So let's see. But you know, the speaker actually mentioned the answer to this. Okay, and time is up. The answer is forecasting. Okay, wow, a lot of you actually answered this. So let's see how our leaderboard looks like. Ooh, I love it. Michelle is still number one. Okay, so we have Michelle, we have Anna, and we have Balawang. Okay, so let's see who our next. Let's see our next question. This is actually our last question, all right? So what is the first step in forecasting? Is it to develop the forecast, monitor and update, validate the forecast, or define the purpose? Okay, this is the last question. If you know the answer, click it right away because that will actually give you a really, really higher score as compared to the other ones who clicked the correct answer late. Okay, so you have 5 seconds left. Let's see. Okay, I'm so excited to see who our top 3 winners will be. And the answer is define the purpose. Okay, so a lot of you answered this. Let's see who our top 3 winners are going to be. Okay, in third place, we have Anna Garcia. Second place, we have Balawang NHS. And in first place, we have Michelle Retret. Congratulations to all of our winners. You know, each of you have just won 500 worth of Lazada vouchers. Congratulations to all of our winners. You know, our Converge representatives will be contacting you for all of your prizes. All right, so congratulations once again to all of the winners of our game. I hope that you all had a fun time, and I hope that you were all freshened up by our game. So thank you very much, everyone, for participating. It was such a good game. So you know what, today we also have a very special promo for today where those who apply during today's event will get free installation service. O, diba? What a great deal. So interested applicants must fill out the application form and submit requirements within 7 days to avail of free installation promo. So you guys must be part of the registration database to qualify. Now, for viewers who are interested to apply for Converge Internet, we will also be discussing more details later sa ating breakout session. So please express your intent to apply and ask your questions to our Converge representatives. We also would like to remind everyone that we have a feedback form that we encourage everyone to answer after the program. So the one with the most winning feedback form gets to win 1,000 worth of Lazada vouchers. Wow, what a great prize. And stay tuned as well for the raffle after our breakout session because we still have 5,000 total worth of Lazada vouchers to be given away later on. Kaya abangan nyo yan mamaya. Also, don't forget that we are on Facebook. You can like and follow our Facebook page. That's Converge for SME for more business tips and updates. And again, I'd like to remind everyone present in the Zoom to please rename yourselves in Zoom to your registered full name so we can recognize you. Please be reminded as well to mute your microphone to avoid unnecessary noise during the program. Now, if you need any assistance with this, you may chat with any of our co-hosts in the Zoom or simply type your questions in the chat box, all right? Okay, so let us hear stories naman from our satisfied customers of how Converge helped boost their business. Everyone, let's watch this.
Today si Rosalie Atwell, ang akong bana si Dennis Atwell as a owner of A&L Printing Services. Siyempre, start na may prayers na maintain na guidean mini guide na okay ang among business, good connection sa mga customers.
Good connection sa internet kay ang among business man good, rely siya on internet connection.
Mahatag na mo na satisfied ang customer sa among mga services. Especially itong time na naga-data lang wala may internet connection. First, na mo sa business is nagagamit pa lang siya data.
Mas wapo po siya kung stable ang internet yun kay kunwari na ay i-print nagikan sa internet tapos usahay labo na pagpawala ang internet murag kuan jud siya kanang lisod siya kay nakatry na sa other mawala siya moto pag adto sa customer walay internet so lakaw ra pud siya balik.
Tapos ang kasaganan na ginagamit sama sa customer is via email tapos Facebook, Messenger kaya kailangan jud naman na siya internet connection na
Sorry.
Sa karon nakita gyud naman sa Converge na okay siya. So 100% gyud naman siya na i-promote kay actually naga-promote na gyud mi sa sa mo ang business kay one time namong mga customer mga tanong uy paspas lagi inyong internet connection unsa inyong ginagamit tapos nakapiso wifi pa mi so ato na mo sa customer na ay Converge lang mong gamit tapos wag ka man ato maka sila okay ba ang connection dagat sila mga question kung ma'am wala dyan sa pagduha-duha okay ang connection sa Converge kay makita man nimo naka Netflix pa mi naka Facebook, Google or kanang YouTube na piso wifi kay itong start sa pandemic na na mo na masking although hinay siya pero nakita na mo na naga-improve ang iyang mga sales so okay siya na makita na mo na okay ang iyang mga services niya. A&L Printing Services, we are all SME.
Thank you, A&L Printing Services. And I'm sure marami sa inyo may mga questions for all the information presented today. That is why we are now going to proceed with our Q&A session. So you may type in your questions in our chat box. And if you have any queries, now is the time to ask them. And for this segment, we will have our speaker back on screen to answer all of your questions. So let's welcome back Sir Elmer. Hi, Sir Elmer.
Hello.
Okay, great. So are you ready for all of our questions?
Yeah, let's get it on.
Okay, so the first one is, how can I get historical data and statistical models for forecasting?
On historical data, the first and foremost that you need to rely on is your past performance. So you look at your financial statements. If you're running a business, look at your financial reports for the past 3 years, maybe 3 years. 5 years is too long. Some data will no longer be relevant. Look at the patterns. Look at what caused a particular revenue item to jump or go down. Similarly to expenses as well. You try to find what was the trigger for all of those. That's the first and foremost. No? And then what other information can you use historically? You can look at patterns then. For some statistician, you look at the economic patterns. What has been the inflation rate for the past 3 years? And if so, if there are no external triggers like what happened to the Ukraine war last year, which kind of impacted the global supply chain, and coincidentally, with the strengthening US dollar, impacted din yung inflation rate globally. So, kung walang ganong trigger, you can rely on the what we call the normalized inflation rate. Bakit siya importante? Kasi you want to factor in ano yung magiging cost ko next year. If alimbawa, my electricity bill this year is like 10,000 pesos monthly, you cannot expect that it will be 10,000 per even you have the same kilowatt hours. Bakit? Kasi there might be an increase in the Meralco rates, or there could be an increase not driven by the power provider, but because of the power producers, again because of inflation. Yun yung mga sa tinitingnan. When I do a master budget on the cost elements, I consider those. What will be the driver for a particular vendor to increase their fees? And it's something controllable or not controllable. Mas mahirap kapag hindi controllable. It's because like a global issue, like inflation. So pati yun, kino-consider. There are ways to calculate that. Sa revenue, like I said, you look at your patterns. The only thing na magpapabago sa pattern mo on revenue is, meron ka bang, are you closing a deal right now? And there's a high probability na ma-close mo siya that will be added to your customer pipeline. And the amount is significant. Then yun, factorin mo siya. If the chances of closing that deal is highly probable. If not, then you apply what we call yung regression analysis. I cannot do a sample right now because that's a bit exhaustive. And it's basically, what's a regression analysis? You take your sales or revenue for different periods of years, and you add a variable to it. Is the variable the type of customers, number of customers, customers per region? Kasi you try to bring the causality. You correlate the data, and there's a mathematical method in order to do that. So yun yung example how you use historical data in applying statistical models. Kung wala namang siya, kung data mo is talaga medyo suntok sa buwan, even in statistics, there's something we call the Monte Carlo simulation. Why Monte Carlo? Kasi it was like developed by gamblers in the Monte Carlo scene in France. That's a bit more mind-boggling even for myself. But there's still that kind of model. However, hindi siya ganun I wish I call it. It's not that near accurate. But if you're working with an incomplete set of data, you can start with that.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for that, Sir Elmer. So we have a question from Hannah. How will we know which forecasting method to use?
Yes. That, for example, what I mentioned earlier, if you have a complete set of data on revenue and the variables behind it, you can actually what we call a regression analysis. Simple regression analysis for a short period of time and for basically mga established set of customers. For example, you have only one or two product segment. You can do simple regression analysis. Kasi titingnan mo lang doon yung growth and decrease rate on a particular business. This year lumaki ang business mo by 10%, the following year bumaba siya by 5%, and because they are directly correlated doon sa customer. That's simple regression analysis. Kukunin mo lang yung average ng dalawang yon, and you apply that to the third year. So it's a simple math lang, plus minus divide. I-average out mo lang siya. If you're dealing with like multiple revenue lines, multiple segments, hindi lang siya customer driven. It's possible customer is one set of data, then another set of data would be customers from different segments. Kung halimbawa nagkikater ka to let's say commercial market, consumer market, government sector, kung yun yung mga meron kang foreign market din, and then you will do what we call, yung sabi ko na multiple regression analysis. So it's very statistical. You're going to challenge the data that you have. So if the data going through all of this can be found to be what we call relevant, merong technique in Excel actually that you can pull those data into a table and have Excel simply to run the statistical test. But your job as the analyst is to validate whether the data presented is what we call correlated or valid siya. The number will show. Halimbawang I won't dig into that kasi medyo academic topic na siya. But what I'm saying is it can be done. Mas madali pa nga siya because you're now working with data. And then we're going back to Monte Carlo if you don't have a complete set of data. But I would not recommend that easily kasi it's very prone to error. So those are the things you can do at the basic level. There are actually more, pero those are the more commonly used in the industry.
Okay, we actually have another question about forecasting. So this one's from Colleen. How far into the future should I plan to forecast?
Ideally, 3 years. 3 years would be realistic. Even for strategic management papers. For example, you're being asked by your board, your CEO, prepare for me a roadmap of how the is going to look like. Back in the day, siguro like 10, 15 years ago, companies would do like a 5 years playbook. Unfortunately, like I said, we are in the age of VUCA right now. There are many moving parts. And when I say moving parts, things outside of our control. The age of disruption came to us like less than 10 years ago. So who thought that AI would be disrupting a lot of industries? So now, realistically, companies would prepare a 3-year roadmap. So you want to do a forecast at least for the next 3 years. That would be ideal. More than that, the data set would be susceptible to revisions. Things will change, the global market will change, maybe regulations will change, and then that will impact your business. And you do not want to waste too much time. And again, it's very timely exercise to conduct a forecast or a budget. So I think the relevant range right now is 3 years. Even when, like I said, even in corporate, 3 years would be at least the average. It's very rare they would go beyond that.
Okay, that makes sense. So our next question is, can you give examples of practical data sources other than surveys?
Other than surveys, you can actually, number one, if you have the budget to do so, there are called paid research. These are being done by the companies like Towers Watson's, even PSA, the Philippine Statistics Authority, the government. They have data for economic indicators. But example, you want to have data, particularly to the increase of labor costs, particular talent pipeline. For example, how much have we been paying accountants, analysts, IT software developers for the last 3 years? The government doesn't have that. You have to go to these paid research groups, think tank groups that we call. That's paid. Another option, if you want to have certain data naman with a bit of an interpretation recommendation, you can go to published papers. For most papers provided by MBA graduates and business schools, it's actually published online. Of course, it's with a fee. That goes without saying. But that can give you a set of data which is as a specific flavor. If you want something about the BPO segment, pwede. Manufacturing, pwede. It can also be regionalized or global. May ganon. Or you can go to your industry association. Industry association meaning if you're part of the industry on telecom, then you can go to that. If you're part of the call center BPO, there's the IBPAP or the CCAP, the Call Center Association of the Philippines. If you're in the manufacturing sector, they also have that particular industry group. They have their own sets of research. It may not be as exhaustive as the ones being provided by professional analysts, but it will give you already an appreciation of what to expect. Kasi they're much closer to data. Hindi nga lang ganun ka-structured academically, but it is nonetheless important and can still be used. Yun yung mga pwedeng maging sources. Wag tayo masyado mag-rely on social media posts na hindi ganun validated yung data.
Okay, so for the free sources, the ones from the government would be the free sources. Okay, and then everything else would have a fee. Okay.
Unfortunately, yes.
But the government resources, those are still great to go on. That's enough data to help with the
forecasting. It can give you at least an idea for matters like movement of forex rates, inflation, or we call the CPI, the Consumer Price Index. So if you're like you want to forecast your future cost for next 3 years, then CPI, which is published by the Philippine Statistics Authority, can be reliable.
Okay, great. So we have another question. This is from Kesha. What are some ways to overcome forecasting challenges?
At the heart of it in forecasting, data is always the key element to it. So if we can qualify data, you have a clean set of data, and you have the discipline to actually to be able to analyze the data, everything will go smoothly. However, it's easier said than done. Number one, the bias data that we have. Like I said, we don't have an integrated network of let's say industry data being published in the Philippines. If you go to the net, you can find a lot of specific studies for European market, American market, even for Southeast Asia, particularly Malaysia and Singapore. But there's very little data being published at least on Philippine market setting. So that is a challenge. So what do? You again have to rely on what is available. Like I said, you can go to your own financial statements at the bare minimum. Look at the patterns. That's one cheap way of doing it. One cheap way, at the same time, it's much more closer to the ground where you're working at. And also to overcome the challenge of forecasting, number one, is to maybe not eliminate, because it's impossible to eliminate bias, but at least reduce bias in interpreting data. We blindsided by red flags. No, we would be so optimistic. No, I'm going to survive this business, no matter what. And that's blind optimism. You have to look at indicators. Baka nagka-fail ka na, you're still trying to struggle it out. No, look at indicators, look at the unbiased perception, and maybe it will tell you you need to re-strategize. And maybe getting an independent viewpoint might help you on this.
Yes, speaking of strategizing this, we have a question from Steve. How often should a company do forecasting?
At the minimum, once a year when you prepare your master budget. But in reality today, what I've noticed for the past 3 years, do it at least twice a year. Bakit? Kasi the last two elements of VUCA, the global pandemic and the recession that we had because of the combination of the weakening of the local currency plus the global supply chain crisis, you want to recalibrate man lang at least every 6 months. Whether does the forecast still holds true? Because there's a possibility that the data points you consider are no longer relevant. So you need to recalibrate. If the data still holds true after 6 months, then well and good. You don't need to spend more time on it. But when you start seeing that your financial output for the first 6 months was too far off to what you predicted, then something's wrong. You need to recalculate again. Maybe the data it's no longer relevant. You need fresh set of data, and you need to consider what's going to happen over the next 6 months or next 12 months. So kaya what I always tell even to my student and to my staff in the organization when we do analysis, you have to be looking out what's out there. Magbasa sila ng mga business news. Look at patterns, and then it will tell you whether I need to change my calculations.
Yeah, so there really are so many different factors that you really need to look at. Okay, so this next question is about budgeting. Would budgeting still be effective even without forecasting?
Forecasting is the heart of budget. If you don't have a forecast, then you don't have a budget. Because when you forecast things, you forecast both the revenue and the cost elements. So the only difference between budgeting and forecasting is in budget, you actually have an output, what we call the budgeted financial statements. Forecasting is a raw form of budget. When I say it's raw, it's basically having a predicted set of data that tells you that I might hit this particular amount of revenue based on X number of combination of customers, market segment, and product combinations. However, you don't directors or investing public to look at that raw data. You give them what we call a budgeted financial statement. You have the balance sheet, the income statement, and the cash flow statement. Malinis na. It's a standard form of report. So anyone can take a look and say, oh, I'm even just looking at this. I don't need to look at your raw statistical data. Looking at your FS alone tells me, you might likely hit this number of net income by end of 2023, 2024. And that works. Yun ang purpose. And of course, when you have an FS, it can already help your organization to frame yung kanilang performance management month on month. The raw data kasi ng forecasting will only be usable to analysts, but not to the numerous end users within the organization.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for all of your insight and for sharing all of these tips to us. I'm sure that everyone here, especially the ones who own businesses, will be going back to their data last year, 2 years ago, and then they're going to try to do forecasting and budgeting. So thank you very much for sharing this. And before we go, would you like to say some last tips and tricks to everyone here?
Sure. Yeah. I know for some, it looks cumbersome when we do planning. I mean, there are a lot of people who have some mindset, just get things done. Just do it. Because you also need to have that kind of swagger to make business work. However, we also have to be cautioned. We have to be cautioned by the fact that as business owners, we don't control the narrative. There are so many moving parts in the market. So having a plan, no matter how say simple or straightforward it is. Kasi not everyone can afford to have a sophisticated financial plan, and that's a given. You have to come up with a plan that is relevant to your market size, to your business size, and the level of complexity that you have. However, you still need to plan. And that's a discipline, something that no one really wants to do in the first place, but it's something you just have to make it a routine until it becomes a state, until it becomes a second part of you. All people who went up, down from the ranks up, had to instill a certain discipline. And that discipline involves really about strategic planning. And if you can plan well ahead. If you don't, the plan does not even actually have to be 100% accurate. But if it's enough to guide you, to lead you to re-strategize, then you know it's working well. So so those are my biggest tip for you guys.
Okay, great. Speaking of planning ahead, we have a question from Sir James. He said, Sir, sana po may separate masterclass po sa forecasting and budgeting. So meron po ba kayong ganun?
Well, depends whether we want to have one, I guess. I normally teach a class in De La Sala Araneta, and also also in the company that I'm with right now, Personic. So when I train senior analysts for that work. But Ben, if Converge would like to host one, I guess we can do so.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for that. So that actually wraps up our Q&A segment. Thank you very much for joining us here today, Sir Elmer. So we are now going to move on to our breakout sessions. And with this, we have our facilitators to lead each breakout room. We have our representatives here who will be answering all of your questions today. So feel free to ask questions as we put each of you in your respective breakout rooms. We will now be inviting you to your breakout rooms. Please accept the invitation that pops up on your screen and proceed by clicking join. Now, if you missed the prompt, you can just look for the breakout session icon below and click on the room you would like to join. When the time is up, we will be closing the breakout room and you will automatically be brought back here to our main room. And just after the breakout session, don't leave yet because we will be raffling off some prizes and you can be one of our lucky winners. All right. So is everything clear? So now we are going to go to our breakout sessions and we hope to see you all back here in our main room for our raffle draw. Okay, so have a great breakout session, everyone, and I'll see you all back here later.
Something about the way she moves. I can't figure it out. It's something about her. Say, ooh, it's something about kind of woman that wants you but don't need you. Hey, I can't figure it out. It's something about her. Cause she walk like a boss, talk like a boss, manicure and nails, so set the pedicure off. She's fly effortlessly. She move like a boss, do what a boss do. She got me thinking about getting involved. That's the kind of girl I need. She got her own thing. That's why I love her. Miss Independent, won't you come and there's something about kind of woman that can do for herself. I look at her and it makes me proud. There's something about her. There's something oh so sexy about kind of woman that don't even need my help. She says she got it, no doubt. There's something about her. Cause she work like a boss, play like a boss. Car and a crib, she bout to pay them both off. And her bills are paid on time, yeah. She made for a boss, only a boss. Anything less, she telling them to get lost. That's the girl that's on my mind. She got her own thing, that's why I love her. Miss Independent, won't you come and spend a little time? She got her own thing, that's why I love her. Miss Independent, ooh, the way you shine. Miss Independent, her favorite thing to say, don't worry, I got it. And everything she got, best believe she bought it. She gon' steal my heart, ain't no doubt about it. Girl, you're everything I need. Said you're everything I need. Yeah, 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 yeah. She got her own thing, that's why I love her. That's why I love her. Miss Independent, won't you come and spend a little time? She got, that's why I love, that's why I love Miss Independent. Oh, shine, Miss Independent, that's why I love her.
T-Pain, Young Jock.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, hey.
Yeah. Do 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 do. Gotta change my answering machine now that I'm alone. Cause right now it says that we can't come to the phone. And I know it makes no sense, cause you walked out the door. But it's the only way I hear your voice anymore. It's ridiculous. It's been months, and for some reason I just can't get over. And I'm stronger than this, yeah. Enough is enough. No more walking around with my head down. I'm so over being blue, crying over you. And I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears, so done with wishing you were still here. Said I'm so sick of love songs, so sad and slow. So why can't I turn off the radio? Gotta fix that calendar I had that's marked July 15th. Because since there's no more you, there's no more anniversary. I'm so fed up with my thoughts of you and your memory, and how every song reminds me of what used to be. That's the reason I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears, so done with wishing you were still here. Said I'm so sick of love songs, so sad and slow. So why can't I turn off the radio? Oh, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Oh, love song. Hey, don't make me think about her smile or having my first child. I'm letting go. Turning off the radio, cause I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears, so done with wishing she was still here. Said I'm so sick of love songs, so sad and slow. So why can't I turn off the radio? Why can't I turn off the radio? And I'm so sick of love heard you good with them soft lips. Yeah, you know word of mouth. The square root of 69 is 8 something, right? Cause I've been trying to work it out. Good weed, white wine. I come alive in the nighttime. Yeah, okay, away we go. Only thing we have on is the radio. Oh, let it play. Say you gotta leave, but I know you wanna stay. You just waiting on the traffic jam to finish, girl. The things that we could do in 20 minutes, girl. Say my name, wear it out. It's getting hot, crack a window, air it out. I could get you through a mighty long day. Soon as you go, the text that I write is gonna say, oh, nah, nah, what's my name? Oh, nah, nah, what's my name? Oh, nah, nah, what's my name? What's my name? What's my name? Not everybody knows how to work my body, knows how to make me want it. But boy, you stay up on it. You got the something that keeps me so off balance. Baby, you're a challenge. Let's explore your talent. Hey boy, I really wanna see if you can go downtown with a girl like me. Hey boy, I really wanna be with you, cause you're just my type. Oh na 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 na, I need a boy to take it over. Looking for a guy to put in work. Oh, 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 oh. Hey boy, rock me, yeah. So I surrender to every word you whisper, every door you enter. I will let you in. Hey boy, I really wanna see if you can go downtown with a girl like me. Hey boy, I really wanna be with you, cause you're just my type. Oh na 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 na, I need a boy to take it over. Looking for a guy to put in work. Oh, 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 oh. You're so amazing. You took the time to figure me out. That's why you take me way past the point of turning me on. You about to break me. I swear you got me losing my mind. Oh na na, what's my name? 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 What's my name? What's my name? Hey boy, I really wanna see if you can go downtown with a girl like me. Hey boy, I really wanna be with you, cause you're just my type. Oh na 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 na, I need a boy to take it over. Looking for a guy to put in work. Oh, 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 oh. Hey boy, I really wanna see if you can go downtown with a girl like me. Hey boy, I really wanna be with you, cause you're just my type. Oh na 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 na, I need a boy to take it over. Looking for a guy to put in work. Oh, oh, oh,
My sexy love, so sexy. She makes the hands on the back of my neck stand up. Just one touch, and I erupt like a volcano and cover up with my love. Baby girl, you make me say, she's the sweetest girl. Just enough, still too much. Say that I'm simping, I'm sprung on love the above. I can't help, she makes me say, hey, and I just can't think. Ooh, anything else I'd rather do than to hear you sing, sing my name the way you do. Baby, when we do our thing, when we do the things we do. Oh, baby girl, you make me sing my sexy love. Hey, hey, the things you do. Oh, baby, baby, keep me strong. Ooh, keep me running back to you. Oh, baby, making love to you. Say, baby girl, you know you're my sexy love. Oh, baby, what we do, it makes the sun come up. Keep on loving till it goes back down. And I don't know what I'd do if I would lose your touch. That's why I'm always keeping you around, my sexy love. Things you do, baby. Ooh, keep me running back to you. Making love to you. Say, baby girl, you know you're my sexy love. Sexy love. For the things you do. Sexy love. Keep me strong. Keep me running back to you. Running back to you. Making love to you. Love to you. Baby girl, know you're my sexy love. Sexy love. She makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Just one touch.
I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. 'Cause I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Don't you know I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Don't you know I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. You know I'm down for whatever tonight. I don't need to follow things alive. No matter where I go, it's a good time. Yeah. And I don't need to sit in VIP. Middle of the floor, that's where I'll be. Don't got a lot, but that's enough for me. Yeah. 'Cause I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life. And wherever it takes me, I'm down for the ride. Baby, don't you know
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our main room. And thank you so much to our dear representatives for taking the time to join us today. Now, I hope all of you learned a lot and enjoyed our breakout sessions. And now we have come to the most awaited part of our program, the raffle draw. Ayan, alam namin na excited lahat kayo sa ating raffle draw. But of course, here are the mechanics. You must be present here in our main room to qualify for the raffle. So if you see your names appear on screen, just type here or present in the chat box so we can see you. If not, we will have to redraw and pick a new possible winner, okay? Clear na clear ba ang ating instructions? Let me know in the chat box na gets nyo na and you are ready to play our raffle. Also, a reminder that your names in Zoom should be renamed to your registered full name so we can recognize you. All right, so I won't keep you guys waiting any longer. Are you all ready? Ayan, may ready, may clear sa ating wow, gusto ko yung name niya, yung tinagay niya sa ating chat box. Yes, a lot of you are ready. All right, so for this first raffle draw, we are going to be giving away 1,000 worth of Lazada vouchers to one lucky winner. Okay, so I'm sure you're all excited. So let's bring out the wheel of names. Ayan, lahat po ng names nyo, we put them all in this big, beautiful wheel. Okay, and this is how we will be picking our winner. Okay, wow, ang dami na nagtetest dyan. Present. Okay, so let's see. Let's bring out that wheel. Okay, there you go. There is the wheel of names. So all of your names are here. So let's pick our winner for the 1,000 Lazada vouchers. So we are picking one winner. So let's see who it's going to be. Okay, mag-ready na kayo. If your name appears, you have to type really fast into the chat box, okay, that you are here and that you are present. And the winner is Geraldine Lomibao. Okay, Geraldine, are you here? Let us know in the chat box that you are here. Okay, ay absent daw si Geraldine. Okay, let's pick a next possible winner. May chance pa kayong lahat kasi wala si Geraldine. Okay, let's see. And the winner is Princess Gulie. All right, Princess Gulie. Are you here? Is Princess Gulie here? Oh, she's absent now. Okay, may chance ulit kayo. So let's pick a new possible winner. Grabe, puro absent yung mga nananalo. Let's see. Okay, and the winner is Helman Cesar. Helman Cesar. Oh, he's absent now. Okay, next possible winner. Wow, how many winners will be picked before they are present? Okay, let's see. The next possible winner is Rhea Espinosa. So we have Rhea. Are you here? Are you present? Okay, absent daw siya. Okay, new possible winner. Let's spin that wheel. Baka naiwan sila sa breakout rooms. Ang dami naman absent today. Okay, so let's see. The next possible winner is Reynan Dinsay. Kala ko Reynan Disney yung name mo. Okay, absent daw siya. Okay, next possible winner will be... Let's see. Drum roll, please. And the winner is... Joanna Gamboa. Okay, so Joanna, feeling ko present to. Ay, wala siya. Okay, so let's pick our next possible winner. Sabi ni Raymond, ako na lang. Oo, Raymond, sana ikaw na lang kasi present ka. Okay, so let's see. The winner is Mildred Almazan. Mildred Almazan, we know you are present. We know you are here. The question now is, nakikinig ka ba? Ay, wala. Are you sure? Criselda, kilala mo ba siya? Okay. Ay, congratulations to Mildred Almazan. I joke daw, nakakatawa naman to si Criselda. So congratulations to our winner, Mildred Almazan. You just won 1,000 worth of Lazada vouchers. All right, congratulations to our winner. So next up, we will be giving away 3,000 worth of Lazada vouchers for one lucky winner. Okay, so let's start. Let's bring out the wheel. Grabe naman yung major prize natin. 3,000 worth of Lazada vouchers. Grabe yung pang-shopping na to. Okay, and the winner is Melody Martinez. Okay, so Melody Martinez. Ay, absent daw siya. Okay, may chance pa kayong lahat. So let's see who our winner will be. Grabe, 3,000 worth of Lazada vouchers to. Pwede pang shopping, pang groceries. And congratulations to Eduardo Madrid. Okay, so Eduardo Madrid, are you here? Are you present? We know that you are here, pero tingnan natin, nakikinig ka ba? So to Eduardo Madrid, if you are here, let us know. If you are listening, let us know in the chat box. You're here, you're present. Okay, so Eduardo Madrid, let us know in the chat box if you are here. Absent daw. Sure ba kayo? Kanina sinabi nyo na absent yung winner natin pero nandyan siya. Okay, let's give Eduardo 10 seconds. Okay, so Eduardo Madrid, you have 10 seconds to let us know that you are here and you are present. Okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0! Okay, so let's pick a new possible winner. Ayan. Yung mga nagsasabi dyan na ako na lang. Oh, ito na. This is your chance. Let's see. And the winner is Giselle Papilosa. Okay, congratulations to Giselle. Oh, congratulations! Oy, ang bilis naman ni Giselle. Nakikinig talaga. Congratulations to you, Giselle. You just won 3,000 worth of Lazada vouchers. So congratulations to all of our winners today. Our Converge representatives will be sending you an email within 24 hours to give you details on how you can claim your prizes. Okay? So the winner of the last 1,000 worth of Lazada vouchers is the one with the most winning feedback. So we encourage everyone to answer our feedback form right after this event. We, of course, would love to get everyone's feedback and insight. So please do answer the feedback form. You just scan the QR code and our team will be screening all of your feedback and the winner will be receiving an email from our Converge representatives right after it is reviewed. All right, so that was a jam-packed program. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's event as much as I have. We also have a very special promo for today where those who apply during today's event will get free installation service. O, diba? What a deal. So interested applicants must fill out the application form and submit requirements within 7 days to avail of the free installation promo. So you guys must be part of the registration database to qualify. Now, for viewers who are interested to apply for Converge Internet, feel free to reach out to our Converge representatives. We are also on Facebook, so don't forget to like and follow our Facebook page. That's Converge for SME for more business tips and updates. So there you go. We have now come to the end part of our program. And as we have all learned today, as times change, more and more avenues for us to expand our businesses will continue to arise, which is why it's so important for us to innovate and provide new ways to stay connected. One thing that will never change, however, is our need for steady connection. And with Converge, we could help maintain constant communication with your audience, continuous creation and consumption of content while providing you immediate support for your needs. Thank you again for joining us today here at Converge. Let's Talk flexiBIZness. I'm Addie Amor, and I want to thank all of you for joining us today, and we hope you all have a great day. All right, so bye, everyone.